It was like a jolt of wake up. Wake up, girl, wake up. Thinking back on the full chapter talking about all these people who by faith did, by faith did, by faith. And I'm now thinking, okay, this is no weird. It was the most pleasantly confusing encounter I've ever had in my life. If I should think back hard to when I was younger, I'd probably say I had, like everybody else, plans of being a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer when I was much younger. My compositions would always say, my name is Michaela, I have two, I live at wherever. My composition was never a composition if you are thinking of really writing about yourself. And it was the same every year. As I got older, probably in my teens, I never cared. I never had any. If, as I said, I'm going from memory, and I don't remember ever having any like goals of what I would be. I never had plans of that. I was just going through high school, trying to make friends and trying to fit in and trying to. I grew up in church. Like I was born in a Christian home, so I never really did the whole socializing thing and you know church life, right? So going to high school was like this. It was an exciting thing, but it was also like a scary thing because this was me, going out. My mother would do things for me, do everything for me, go everywhere, or if I have to go somewhere, she would go with me. Not necessarily because they didn't allow me to go out, but it was I'm the only girl, I'm the last child, so we have to protect her, right? So they were protective. I wouldn't say overprotective, but they were protective. So going to high school now, my aim is just apart from the scariness of it because this is now new and I'm going on my own. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna meet friends, I'm gonna make friends, and this is new, this is exciting. Because my older brother, not the oldest, not the eldest, whatever. So my brother would sometimes want to play. Of course, my girl and my boy, we're not having it. So I was just excited to make friends and find people who want to play with me. Play with me. I never cared much about anything other than just living. People that say, "Oh, you want broke out?" No, it was just doing different stuff, being outside of the home. But I was a pretty good girl. Still never had any goals. Still never had any dreams. I got older. I left that high school, went to another high school because I left high school. The first high school I left, I was 15, 14. So I went to high school. At that time, it was, just leave school, go to college. But at that time, you couldn't go to university or college that young. So I went to another high school. And when I went to this high school, I would see students like in the hall sitting with their books just, and I'd ask what's wrong with them, what happened to them, and they'd say that they're studying. What was that? What's studying? I mean, I hear my mother tell me all the time, and I'm going with the book, but what's studying? Because I see them. But by the time I left this school, things had changed. My mindset had changed. Things were different now, and I kind of had this, I could probably go to college or university and do something with my life. I didn't know what I would do. No, I went to a college campus. Remember, I don't have no goals. I don't know what I'm doing. So I went to this particular college campus. At the time, my friend was there, and I went with her You're going back to school and you pack your stuff to go up and you get a ride, so you jump in and you go. And I loved the place, as in it was cool. This was in St. Elizabeth. It was cool and it was just pretty, flowers and all. And I was like, I'm coming here. I'm gonna come here. Nice. So I went to college for a whole 2 years with no goal. I was just as I went along, I just chose stuff. I was just choosing as time went by. So when it got to the point where you're supposed to choose a major, I just chose one. Let's do accounts. Okay, fine. Okay, graduated. That ended. It's time now to look a job. Okay, I got a job, a part-time job, that what do you call that one? A tip contract that lasted about 8 months. After that, search for another job that lasted about mm, another few months, and then I got another job which lasted 10 years. Call it 10 years. I'm on my way to work this particular morning, and I remember it clearly, vividly. It was as though somebody tapped me on the shoulder. It was so vivid that how I was sitting in the car, I sat up and I was looking around because it just felt like somebody called me. Okay, this moment ended, and like from there, I started thinking about my life. This was after like a month or so after my birthday. I started thinking about my life, started thinking about what I did on my birthday, what I've been doing over the years on my birthdays, like meaningful stuff, purposeful stuff. And I started thinking, but then the thinking got too thinking y. And it, like, I don't know. To this day, I cannot explain to you. It was like a jolt of wake up. Wake up, girl, wake up. For a while, I was like entertaining it a bit. I was giving it thought. I was. I still wasn't saying that this was the Lord talking to me, because I'm not going to tell you that the Lord is talking to me, because the Lord never talked to me. That's how I saw it. But I was entertaining the thought a little, but still thinking that. But this sound like work. This sound like sound like my comfort zone gone. But the thought wouldn't leave, and the thought turned into another day now, and I'm hearing again the Lord not talking to me. I'm just hearing things. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And I'm there like, what is happening? What's what is happening here? And thereafter came a song. Thereafter being the same moment, like a minute after. It's just the beginning by Kurt Carr. I knew that song, so I was, going in my head. It's music now, so of course I entertain it. So I'm playing it in my head and I'm going through the words and I'm thinking back on the scripture and I'm thinking back on the full chapter talking about all these people who by faith did, and I'm now thinking, okay, this is no weird. Yesterday or the day before, it was reflect on your life, see if it has been purposeful. Today, it's faith, and it's just the beginning. There's so much more that God has promised you. So I went on YouTube and I looked up the song. Now I know the words of the song, but I had my earphones, I put them in, and I just let the song soak up in my ears. And I'm listening to the words of the song, and this song that I know is now playing in my ears, and I'm now in a state of, this is just the beginning of what? Faith, this is just the beginning. You haven't seen your best days yet. Eyes haven't seen the things God sees. And I'm tracking the song, and I'm also doing the verse on the other side, and I'm baffled. Where is this coming from? Why is it coming up now? What am I supposed to do with it? No, after this, I'm just tormented. What I say, I'm tormented with this. Faith, just the beginning. Faith, just the beginning. I'm going to work now, and I'm in the taxi. I'm at the back. It was a 7-seater. I was at the... Hear my belly? Hear my belly? It's a 7-seater, and I'm at the back. And all of a sudden, all I could do was just start praying. Now, this is weird, because this girl, she said she was a Christian, but certain things, she never go do. You know, I get me a prayer in no taxi. Alright? Let alone just out of the blue, just a pray. So I had a scarf, because I always travel with a scarf, because I'm always prepared for the road. Like, I'm traveling far, anything can happen. So put your skirt, drop off on your road, walk with a scarf. So I just throw the scarf on my head, so it would look like I'm sleeping. And I'm praying. And I'm praying, and this newfound praying where I'm praying, but the prayer is going in its own direction. And this is now about this faith, and this is just the beginning situation where I'm now like praying like, Lord, what are you saying? What should I? And I'm stopping the prayer because this doesn't sound right. And I shook it off. I'm going no further with this. Nope, not a bit of it. I was not at rest. Not in a bad way. It's almost like it started and it had no end. My mind was just on purpose, living purposefully. Still at that time, I still didn't think about no purposefully being, like for God's glory. I was just thinking purpose as the word we use lightly. And I'm confused, but pleasantly confused. And so now I start questioning, like, Lord, are you telling me this? Are you saying this thing about purpose, and why no? What is happening? I mean, I had a birthday, but that has nothing to do with this. Why no? And what exactly am I supposed to do? I asked the question wrong, because no, me ask God this. Am I gonna answer me? And he's telling me about preparing to like move into purpose. And I'm still shocked, and I'm still trying to figure out what that means. And I'm still trying to understand why me, and what would that mean for me? Would that mean that I'm now coming out of my comfort zone? And by saying that, I realize something. If you are saying that you're in a comfort zone, clearly, you know, really do all things right. I know it's now stuck in my head. It's ingrained. Purpose, faith, it's just the beginning. Purpose, faith, it's just the beginning. All that did was have me starting to think about my life, and like if I wasted it, and what's the possibility now. And I'm now thinking about my age. I'm thinking about, at my age, if it is that I've wasted it, I've wasted a lot. And if it is that there's like purpose and calling, at my age, what exactly am I going to start? No. It was the most pleasantly confusing encounter I've ever had in my life. And as usual, let's talk in the comments. Let's chat. And until the next video, mark your seat and come back here. Remember, don't leave me in these journey streets. Come back here so we can chat. Cool? Cool. Let's go.